What if the very exercise doctors recommend for staying mobile, the squat, is actually accelerating the damage to your knees? Do you feel that sharp pinch every time you try to lower yourself, making you dread the simple act of sitting down or standing up? It's that nagging fear, isn't it? The fear that one day you'll lose the independence to do the simple things you love because your joints simply gave out. It's terrifying, and frankly, most fitness advice ignores the reality of aging joints. Today, we're exposing the 3 fundamental squatting mistakes that are grinding away your cartilage, and I'll show you the exact adjustments to make the squat safe, effective, and pain-free, reclaiming the movement you thought you'd lost. The squat isn't just an exercise. It's how you sit, how you stand, how you maintain the ability to live alone. If you lose the squat, you lose your independence. But there's a massive difference between a squat that builds strength and a squat that destroys your joints. The first mistake you're probably making right now is initiating the movement with your knees instead of your hips. Think about it. When you start to sit, do your knees shoot forward immediately? This creates immense shear force on the patellar tendon. It's like trying to stop a moving train with a rubber band. Your knees are designed to handle compressive force, straight up and down, not this intense forward shearing. If you keep doing this, you aren't just risking pain, you are physically grinding away the protective cartilage in the joint. The fix? You must learn to hip hinge. Before you descend, the first movement should always be pushing your hips back, as if you're trying to touch a chair that is slightly too far behind you. This simple shift immediately takes the stress off the knees and loads it onto your glutes and hamstrings, the powerful muscles actually designed to handle the weight. But mastering the hip hinge won't save you if your foundation is collapsing. This brings us to the notorious knee cave, or what experts call Valgus Collapse. When you squat down, do your knees buckle inward toward each other? This is a massive red flag, and it's incredibly common as we age and lose muscle mass. It means your hip stabilizers, specifically the gluteus medius, are too weak. When the knees cave in, you are putting dangerous stress on the ligaments and disrupting the tracking of your kneecap. It's a recipe for chronic pain and potentially a devastating fall. So how do you stop it? You need to actively create stability. When you squat, imagine you are trying to spread the floor apart between your feet. Don't move your feet, but apply outward pressure. This cue activates those critical hip stabilizers and keeps your knees tracking safely over your toes. If you struggle with this, practicing with a light resistance band looped above your knees forces those muscles to wake up and do their job. Finally, we need to address the most counterintuitive mistake of all, not squatting deep enough because you're scared. I know what you're thinking. Deeper squats are dangerous. That's a myth that is actively harming your joints. Partial squats, or quarter squats, actually place more stress on the knee joint than squats where your hips go lower. Why? Because when you stop short, usually around 90 degrees, you are breaking entirely with the knee joint at the point of maximum stress. When you squat deeper, the load is transferred to the hips and glutes, which are better equipped to handle it. The key is controlled depth and mobility. If your ankles are stiff, your heels will lift, pushing you forward and causing pain. If you lack the strength or confidence, don't force it. The solution is modification, not avoidance. The best one is the box squat. Place a sturdy chair behind you. Squat down, using the sit back and spread the floor cues until your glutes physically touch the chair, pause, and then drive back up. This builds confidence, ensures proper form, and protects you from falling. Over time, you can use a slightly lower chair until you've regained full, pain-free mobility. Stop fearing the squat. Start respecting the mechanics. Your mobility depends on it. If this breakdown helped you understand why your knees hurt and gave you a safer path forward, please tap the like button. It genuinely helps us reach more people struggling with these exact issues, and it tells us to keep making detailed, practical guides like this. And this is important. What is the single biggest mobility challenge you are facing right now? Is it getting off the floor, or maybe difficulty climbing stairs? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll use your feedback to decide what we should tackle next.